Now we focus on finding an opponent for Rusedski. At Rafter here, you know, they haven't had an Australian in the final of the US Open since 1974, Jeremy Bates. That was Ken Rosewall. Their country will go as mad as ours is with Gray.
Yeah, slight contrast in styles between Pat Rafter and Ken Rosewall. And it would be phenomenal. The thing about, I can't help thinking, you know, with all the success the Australian players have had.
Delicate balance between patience yet attack.
Well, I guess you said it, Andrew. I'm trying to get my breath back, really. I was just watching that last match before we start this one up on the roof there with Wally Masur, who incidentally was... you can't start better than that on serve.
No, and I was talking about he didn't try to muscle his serve too early, but you have a look at his serve, just a nice, easy, relaxed rhythm. Not trying to do too much with it, letting the racket do the work.
Well, I would think the result of wind. It's a little bit gusty down there, and the wind comes from one direction up top and then hits the stand and bounces back, so it's quite confusing. Oh, beautiful, safe defense at the net.
40-15.
I'm always amazed when a player is feeling very confident how easy they make the game look. Rafter doesn't even appear to be moving against one of the best passers in the game.
Rafter leads 2-0.
Chang probably a little nervous to lose his serve that opening game, but already you can just see the pattern of the match. Chang making Rafter play a lot of balls, not all of them of the best quality, but he just keeps getting the ball back. And for Michael Chang, he's in it for the long haul.
Chang, love 2, first set. Two aspects of his game in the last couple of years. One is the serve, the other is the volley.
All.
Not exactly fast. That was 76 miles an hour. And a fault.
Out. 30-15.
We talk about what a great match player Michael Chang is. In that final set against Rios in the quarterfinals, which was a terrific set of tennis, he made 3 unforced errors. Remarkable.
40-15.
Well, that'll make him feel a lot better. He's on the scoreboard. He served an ace.
2-1.
And he's now in contention. But Rafter has the break. First set, 2-1.
Why not call now for a hot and fresh Domino's pizza? With our delicious melted cheese baked only with fresh dough, piled high with your favorite choice of toppings, you'll get a savory taste sensation. Slice after slice. Why not call now for a large Domino's pizza, delivered hot and fresh to your door for just $8.99. See Skytext page 175 for your nearest store.
I want a diet where no food's a sin.
I want a diet with no weighing and measuring.
A hassle-free diet that really works.
It's easy with 123 Success only from Weight Watchers. Join now, register free, and you'll get our free 48-page guide to help you get in shape. So enjoy the things you like, throw away those scales, and start losing weight fast. Register free and get set for
Success!
Well, Chang has done many things as the youngest player to do this, that, or the other. One of the things he did was win a match at the US Open at the age of 15 and a half. That's the US Open, not the juniors. The juniors can play here at 18. He was 15 and a half. He came in, the youngest man ever to win a match, and he won it, needless to say, over an Australian called Paul McEnroe. Remember that?
I do, and there was a lot of talk about Chang, very much a prodigy. And to think that the likes of Chang, Sampras, Courier, Becker, all these players have won major championships in their teens. Really do show just how early their games mature.
Rafter serving, 2-1, first set. Well, there you are. That's athleticism for you. Very end of the racket, but why not?
15, love.
Chang uses a long-bodied racket, extra inch and a half or so.
Second serve. Block.
That was a great serve down the middle with slice, pulling it away from Chang.
Chang just inquiring there. The Cyclops went off on that second serve. Accidentally, I believe.
Gosh. He didn't get it over, but immensely quick reactions there.
30-15.
Net cord. Real pressure right in the corner to the great volley.
40-30.
This was a shot that was very successful for Agassi the other night. Backhand pass down the line.
Waits with the Western grip on there. If it's a backhand, the left hand will compensate.
Game, rafter. Rafter leads 3-1.
Well, Wally, the serve volley game seems to be in very good nick at the moment.
Yeah, he's got a nice rhythm on his serve. And Pat, even on his first serve, he has a lot of spin on the ball, a lot of work. He has a heavy serve rather than a hard serve. And it really does get up high on his opponent and enables him to get in quickly.
Effortless, really. Hardly had to move very much for each shot. Knew exactly where to go.
Well, that's Pat's game plan. Get the ball back into play. Try to open up the court. And at any opportunity, that's where he'll be.
Love, 30.
Chang's very quick, but when you get to the net, it's not so much foot speed, it's more anticipation and reach that count. And Chang, not a natural volleyer, doesn't probably anticipate the passing shots and cover the angles as well as he might.
That's his first bad shot of the match, Rafter. Really powerful forehands, off forehand there from Michael Chang.
30 all.
Chang just putting a little bit more on his ground strokes at this point. And it was good to see. It was a very well hit forehand, but he was back on his way to the net. He's not going to be deterred, even though he will get past on the odd occasion.
Equaled his fastest serve then, so far, 119, so it's good going. Little chap, 5'9", he claims to be.
Game, Chang. Rafter leads 3-2.
So Chang plays in pretty good stuff there, serving well, hitting well off the forehand, but he's still a break behind. Rafter leads 3-2.
Love, 15.
Beautifully controlled. No swing at all, really, or very little.
Love, 30.
Chang just has a great ability to get the job done. And on that occasion, a one-handed slice, using the wind just to bring the ball around. A lot's made mention of players' serves. More often than not, we're talking about their first serve, but Rafter's second serve really is something special. Very heavy, very accurate.
pass.
15-40.
Which has earned him 2 break points.
Let Mercer.
Well, now, I'm not sure that I've seen Pat Rafter serve at this speed before. 129. Not renowned for being one of the fastest servers in the game, Wally, Pat Rafter.
No, his ball toss is always slightly over his head, first and second serves. So he never truly hits the ball particularly flat.
Advantage Rafter.
Well, Rafter serving his way out of it. An ace, serve out wide, and now the body serve. Keeping Chang off pace with direction.
Brilliant improvisation there on the baseline from Pat Rafter.
Rafter lead 4-2.
That shook Chang, that he got it back at all. I wonder if we'll see that one again. Needed good footwork. Doesn't look as though we're going to. Pity. Chang at 2-4.
Look.
Pat continues to play the big points well, just saving 2 break points on his previous service game, and against Agassi that was a feature of his play. Agassi was 2 for 11 break points at one stage.
That was brilliant. Hardly any room at all going across Rafter's body.
13 love.
Probably haven't seen this too much at the US Open. Pat Rafter being passed cross court. Inches inside the line.
Chang feel pretty good, but he's still that 1 break behind. After at 4-3 per set. Thereafter every 9 games.
15 love.
Brilliant sunshine at the moment. The conditions are very, very good. A little bit windy still.
Bill, your eyes are better than mine. How is that?
Well, I think it's cause for concern for Michael Chang. He looked at his watch. Was that a hint that in the last sort of 15 minutes he'd given the 3 bum calls? Wise not to overrule. You should not overrule unless you've seen a clear mistake. That couldn't be clear, could it?
Chang is a wonderful competitor, and he is a good sportsman, but he's not afraid throughout the course of a match to just put a little bit of fear into an umpire. He doesn't mind questioning the close calls.
Now, that's what I meant when I said earlier on that he actually does fight his corner quite often. And it has a cumulative effect on umpires and line judges sometimes. They think, well, he's complained 4 or 5 times. Give him the benefit of the doubt here. More improvisation. I mean, if you're not a good athlete, you don't manage to do that sort of shot.
Rafter leads 5-3.
Being confident helps too. Seems to give you more time to read the ball, more time to play your shot.
So here's Michael Chang serving to stay in this first set, 3-5. He's a bit like a cat for me, Wally. He sort of springs in the right direction.
Yeah, very explosive move. This shot here is maybe the one that Chang wants to try to go to the body. It was very much a mid-court ball, not much pace on it, hard to really nail the pass. Maybe going direct to the body would have been the answer.
15.
I think that long-bodied racket's got to help him slightly. It's an extra 1.5 inches or so. That makes him 5'10½", doesn't it, as a server? And that just makes a difference.
The funny thing is with Chang, he has the long body frame, but then tends to choke up on it a little. Couple of unusual unforced errors from Michael, but I have a feeling that ball just caught the service line, and when it catches the paint here at the US Open, it really does skid.
He's not going to like that either.
Advantage Rafter.
It's all very well querying the call, but it's not going to be changed unless it's changed immediately from the chair, or the line judge says something like unsighted. And so this is set point. Yeah, that's the way to tuck it away. Inside out, forehand, wonderful length and direction.
Advantage Rafter.
Well, that was a gambler's throw by Rafter, all right, because he played an approach shot which was far too short. Chang should have made it. So he faces the second set point. Well, he engaged in long baseline rallies with Agassi, and everybody said, well, that's one thing Rafter must not do against Agassi, and yet he came out on top on many, many occasions from the baseline, which is a measure of his improvement off the ground. Deuce. Third set point.
Let Mercer.
He's done it.
6 games to 3.
Terrific effort from the baseline. So that really was a pulsatingly good set from this chap.
Pat's just taken up where he left off the other day. Continuing on with the same tactics, good execution. And we've seen Chang question a lot of calls, and I think that's through nervousness. A lot of...
Isn't he hungrier? Well, he is hungry, and he's playing beautifully. Second set.
Love, 15.
You can see the shadows just starting to creep across the centre court here, and that could be a problem over the next 10 or 15 minutes. Always difficult when the ball's coming from light to dark.
Wait, please.
Yes, people don't realise what a difference it makes. I mean, the ball actually sort of changes colour from bright yellow to a rather muddy colour, and you still have to hit it.
All.
Rafter very sensibly there. He knew he'd broken a string on the serve. Basically just banged it down the middle of the court, didn't try to do too much with it. And a real feature of his play is just the way that he closes to the net after that first serve. He doesn't just amble to the net, he sprints to the net.
Let Person.
Yes, and because he sprints to the net, I can envisage a few lobs being tossed up. Chang is normally very good in that department. And that's going to keep Rafter a little more honest and away from the net, too close anyway.
$15-30.
It's his first double, one from Chang in the first set. What is this, Gallipoli?
Well, this is something Ivan Lendl turned into an art form. He would set his player up, and if he came up with something, a volley with not much on it, straight at the body. Really is one of the hardest volleys to get back.
Do you reckon Chang changes his grip if it's a very Western grip he's got on?
I think it's marginal, very marginal if he does change it. Basically has the forehand grip, slight adjustment with the left hand if it's a backhand.
Deuce.
So the break point did not last long. Well, I don't know how many people are watching who enjoy serving and volleying. Probably not all that many. Certainly very few who do it so skillfully. This is a wonderful exhibition of a man serving well and poised for these wonderful volleys.
Deuce. Advantage Rafter.
It's a lot easier said than done. Just look at that beautiful high action. That right elbow's up so high. It's a lot easier said than done, but if you can, you've got to try and get it to the forehand volley of Rafter. The backhand volley's rock solid. It's Tony Roach with his head bowed, just looking up now. Davis Cup trainer, captain.
First game, second set.
So he served and volleyed his way out of trouble in the most impressive way indeed. He leads by set, and now Wally, we just see that lovely backhand volley. Really is beautiful to watch. Do you think Tony Roach, who for me had perhaps the best I've ever seen, well, I don't know actually whether it was better than this. Do you think he's had an influence there?
Rafter said yesterday that one of the things that he's done differently this year is he's done it on his own. He's basically been coachless, which is unusual. Players ranked that high. But Newcombe and Roach do have a really positive effect on him over the course of the year. They really do get to see a lot of him around Davis Cup time and during the majors, and they are definitely a good support crew for him.
Love, 15.
Just getting back to Tony Roach, he really is the people's coach. Back home in Australia, if you're a young Aussie and you need help, if you give Tony Roach a call, he'll help you. No money ever changes hands. He has just been unbelievable for Australian tennis.
Oh, it's brilliant. Well, that's very nice to hear what you say, actually, because we always look on the Australian players and teams as being so totally supportive that, you know, that's incredible to hear what you've just said.
We just see Michael Chang absolutely on the full run, Rafter taking that return so early.
Looking at Rafter's game, I assumed that under the influence of Newcombe and Roach, that Newcombe had influenced Rafter's second serve because his was heavy and good, and Roach's backhand volley. He's not, you see, in the same league. The high backhand volley, he's much shorter anyway, about 4 inches shorter.
14.
Well, I'm not sure that Pat Rafter meant it to work out this way, but when Michael Chang has to create the pace on the volley, he really is all at sea. He's a lot better if the ball's hit hard at him and he can just use the opponent's speed to generate pace. But just see there, really looked very uncomfortable in that high backhand volley. 2 break points. That's pretty much the Australian box. Tony Roach, far right-hand bottom corner.
Oh, good try. Brave tactics of Chang. He feels he's got to do something. And Rafter likes a little bit of fun on court as well.
Deuce.
Well, that just shows you the emotional state that Pat's in. Very relaxed, enjoying himself out here. It's a pretty good effort. Just couldn't quite hook the ball around the corner.
Was most unexpected. Look at that expression.
Advantage, Rafter.
I have to think that wry smile from Chang was because Rafter slightly mishit both of those balls. Just rolling them around the frame, dropping in.
Third break point. That's excellent.
Rafter leads
Well,
2 games
if I was
to
Michael Chang, I wouldn't come in on this side. Pat can definitely do a lot more damage on the forehand. And you can see, by contrast, Michael not covering a lot of room up there at the net. Doesn't anticipate, doesn't see the ball and read the angles particularly well. So Rafter with the early break.
That's Carl Chang, his elder brother.
love.
Just getting back to Newcombe and Roach, they really are a good combination. Roach is all about hard work and hours on the court, and Newt could pretty much sell oil to the Arabs. He just talks a big game, gets everybody feeling good about themselves.
Michael Chang and his brother Carl always have a hit. I saw them, in fact, coming back from their hit around 2 o'clock, so they had a fairly long wait before they came on court. Brother Carl's quite a good player. They sometimes play together in doubles, but he is certainly good enough to give Michael Chang a warm-up before a match.
Mark Philippoussis in centre of screen there. On his right, Steve Rafter.
Love.
Now, I make Steve the eldest brother, is that right? Because there's Stephen, Jeff, Peter, Michael, David, Teresa, Marie, and Louise. He's 3 from the bottom, I think, of 9 children, Patrick Rafter. Boy, they must be proud of him. All the brothers played tennis. And this one has built up a lead of a set and 3 love and looks in absolutely dominating form.
Well, Rafter just showing us his agility at the net. Fantastic control of the racket head at full stretch. He's looking very good at the moment. This was the forehand pass in the previous game, brought up break point.
Time.
He's getting pumped up. You don't often see him punching the air. I'll tell you what I like about, another thing I like about Pat Rafter, and that is his court presence. He seems to have a very good presence. He sort of doth bestride the narrow court like a colossus. He looks as though he's in charge of the court, doesn't he?
He really does. He's a confident young man. Tall, good-looking, a lot of charisma.
I'm told he likes a beer occasionally. I can't believe it, and also likes the girls, but then he's Australian, so I suppose. Chang at love 3. Oh, it's unbelievable. It really is. I mean, that diving volley. How does Chang get past him?
Love 15.
One thing you've got to do against Pat Rafter is you've got to pass down the line. We see here at full stretch and control, but on that occasion you really must pass down the line. He's too quick to try and go back in front of it. It's just one step and he's got it.
Nice canny little shot that from Chang.
I just sense that Rafter's starting to grow in confidence right here. Starting to take a few chances and just let go a little bit.
Yes, well played, Chang.
30-15.
Well, Chang on this occasion sneaking in. Rafter gets lucky with the net cord, or maybe unlucky, because in the end it does sit up. But that's the type of point that Michael Chang should take heart from. He really does have to try and work Pat a lot. Just take the sting out of Pat's legs.
Well, that despair from him is what Wally was talking about earlier. This ball, when it does hit these lines, the paint is different to the rest of the court, and the ball skids through. And that's really rather bad luck on him. Well, it's just wicked what he's doing to these attempted passing shots of Chang. Chang, who's just dying to give this enormous American crowd something to cheer.
40.
Well, here we see this net coverage again. One thing Chang hasn't done, virtually none of Pat's opponents have done, is serve and volleying him. And Pat, because of that, is just content to float the ball back, get himself in the point.
Quick look back to see whether it was correct to take it. I'm pretty sure it was. If in doubt, you hit.
Pat's in such a rhythm now on return because Chang hasn't served and volleyed. Pat just blocking the ball, no pace, getting it deep.
Just a little bit too much hook. Wrist roll around a little bit too much, I think.
Game, Chang. Rafter leads 3-1.
Well, Chang hangs on, saves a couple of break points. Very important, couldn't afford to go down 2 breaks in this set. You think that he's certainly got the capability to break Pat once, but I don't think twice. Chang has already generated 4 break points, just hasn't taken any of them.
Over the course of the match, Rafter has a very good, in fact, exactly 2/3 of the first serves going in. 69%. Chang slightly less, 63.
Luck.
Just looking at those statistics, winners by set, Rafter is winning this match. It's not as though Chang's losing it. Rafter has come out here to win. Sometimes easy in a situation like this for a player to be a bit defensive and play not to lose, but Rafter really taking it to Chang.
Sorry.
You see the hand-eye coordination to achieve finishing the serve, moving forward, doing a volley of that distinction.
14, love.
Really is impressive. Looks fairly easy in slow motion, doesn't it? But it all happens in the blink of an eye. These are 3 points for a 4-1 lead.
Let pursue. Correction, 40-15. Game, Rafter. Rafter leads 4-1.
So another excellent game by Pat Rafter, winning that one to 15, maintaining his lead, and now 4-1. On holiday in the sun, and give them something really to get excited about, as he did in his last match against Rios. Wonderful win by him, come back and winning that final set. But he's up against it. What does he do? He's against a man who is just a genius in the serve and volley department. He has improved out of sight, I think, Patrick Rafter, and the just has to be a Grand Slam that he wins in the fairly near future. Michael Chang, who would be a finalist here, of course, in the US Open, losing to Sampras, would just love, in the absence of Sampras, to take this title for America. But he's going to have to do something really special to turn this around.
Please. Seats quickly behind the players. Behind the players, take any seat.
Chang down a set, 1-4, second set.
15, block.
Gosh, it's unbelievable, he's missed a volley.
Well, he took a misstep there, just
13.
didn't quite have the balance that we would come to expect from him. But I think the crowd is starting to realise that time is running out for Michael Chang. They're just starting to become a bit more positive, trying to rally behind him. When you're confident, anything's possible. Rafter really attacking that first serve.
Good serving. Very good serving. 122 miles an hour from the little man.
Rafter leads 4-2.
Well, you were pointing out that Rafter's played the same type of opponent all the way through this tournament. Well, if he wins this match, and we don't want to look ahead too far or too early, but if he wins this match, he's playing a very different sort of opponent. Left-hander, and one who will charge the net. These backhand volleys just get more and more perfect.
15,
It's just such a penetrating serve and volley game. Michael Chang's awfully quick and usually gets some sort of racket on the ball, but he's just nowhere to be seen on these first volleys.
Black first serve.
That's the sort of serve that I'm sure you were talking about, Wally, when you were talking about a heavy serve. Now, it wasn't all that fast, 106, but a heavy serve has an additional feel on the receiver's racket.
Yeah, Pat really does get the ball to bite into the court, and it rears up at the opponent. Chang not tall, but hitting a lot of these returns over his shoulder.
14, block.
These are points for a 5-2 lead, second set. That was so exquisitely delicate.
5-2, ball change.
So Rafter just continues and gets better as the match goes on. He's now a set and 5-2 up, and Chang looks out of sight.